Morning, everyone. I think we're live. Welcome to the Do 3 Open Water 2022 Switch On. So we've come on a couple of minutes early so that we can be online for when you guys start clicking the button. We're going to press the live button on the bookings at 10 o'clock, and we'll go through some bits and bobs. And if you've got any questions or comments or any issues, then feel free to type them in the comments box, and hopefully they'll come at this end. I should be able to see who's watching, or not who's watching, but how many people are watching as well. So I'll just wait for a few people to come online. We've got a couple of minutes to go yet, but exciting. We're all looking forward to getting back in the water this year. I might even get in this year. Who knows? We got Corin and Sarah Jane here as well this morning. They're both hiding behind the camera. There we go. That's as much as we get. Oh, there we go. We've got fingers coming in the side of the screen. So, yeah, if you've got any questions for any of us, we're all sitting here to make sure everything goes nice and smoothly this morning for you. If it's anything like last year, it went absolutely berserk. So I'd make sure that you get those bookings in for the sessions that you really want to attend as soon as you can. So Facebook user, really looking forward to volunteering and swimming again this year. If you type, sometimes we don't always get the name. There might be a link on the broadcast there somewhere for you to add your name. If not, then just type your name in with your comments so we can see who you are. Otherwise, as you can see on the screen there, I just get Facebook user. It's nice to know who you are. So looking forward to volunteering and swimming again. Yeah, well, thank you very much to everyone who's volunteering, who's been volunteering for this coming year, and obviously, of course, for helping us out last year. It was, well, these things quite simply wouldn't be able to happen without you guys, and we've got an amazing team. It's TJ. Morning, TJ. Thanks for helping out as always, and volunteering and swimming and everything else that you're doing at the moment. So it's all good. Right, it's 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. Okay, right. So I think we're going to switch on. So I have got, there's all various things that we're switching on. So I'm about to switch on, I hope this works. I'm about to switch on the open water swimming. Corin and Sarah Jane are switching on the courses and the night swim. So hopefully that's that. So that should hopefully be live. If it's not live and you have problems, clearly let us know. So type it on the screen, whether it be on Facebook or YouTube. It'll come through wherever you're watching. It should come through to our screen this end here. Simon, looking forward to the try in July. Brilliant. Hope you've entered, Simon. Entries are going really well for that. So we're hoping for a really, really busy race again as we had last year. In fact, it's going to be busier because we put the numbers up. We're trying to make it a little bit more kind of on a slightly larger scale this year. So scaling up. So yeah, look forward to seeing you too, Simon. So that'll be good. So they should be live.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, we're getting the nod. Is everything live? Do we think?
Yep.
Yeah. Good. So the open water swimming is live. The night swims are live. Last year we added the night swims kind of as we went ad hoc, but we're going to put them all out there from the start. And the introduction to open water swimming courses are also going on today as well. So everything is open for booking this morning. So again, if you're watching and you've got any questions,
you might need to press the calendar button and start it in May for it to show up later sessions.
Okay, so Jane is just saying that if you're on the app and you can't see any further forward, any dates, there'll be a date where it won't go beyond. What you'll need to do is go into the calendar and change the calendar date, because I think it will only go, is it 6 months ahead or something like that? Yes. I think it only allows you to scroll 6 months ahead, so you'll have to change the date a bit further ahead, and then you should be able to kind of get access to dates after that, if that makes sense. All right, so everything seems to be. Have we got bookings?
We've got swim passes.
Swim passes. Okay, good. So we've got people booking. So it's looking like can we check to see if we've actually got bookings going in as well? And then if they're happening, then we're all good. We're all fine. So again, if you're watching, got a few people watching now. So if you're watching and you got any questions, just type them in the box and they'll come through to us this end. Similarly, if you've got bookings, yeah. So all looks like it's going. It's all operating nice and smoothly. I will run through some bits and bobs of information that you'll need to know before you arrive. Just some do's and don'ts and things. So I'll go through those in a second. Where are we? Where are we? Where are open water? Here we go. So just so as you know, you guys, similar to last year, there is a one-off annual admin fee which we're asking you to pay. That can be paid paid on the day when you attend, so you can't kind of prepay for that. Can you prepay for that? I don't think you can you?
No.
No? Okay, so you pay that on the day, same as last year. That's for the whole year. You just pay that one-off. That can be paid by card or cash when you arrive. Sessions have got to be pre-booked before you attend. Okay, so we can't have, unfortunately, we need to know who's coming because you need to be really careful on the numbers, and you can't just turn up. You need to pre-book via the app. So just kind of putting that out there. If you're watching this, chances are you're probably aware of that anyway. You're obviously online to book on. Anyway, message from John: tried to book an open water pass for 5 swims, got an error message saying to contact the studio. Are we going to have card issues? Yeah. Okay. There are some issues at the moment with what's it called, 3D Secure. It's something to do with because the system we use is an American booking system, and 3D Secure in the UK, there's issues with that. So all I can suggest is you try another card. And if that doesn't work, then maybe come back to us. If you have issues, drop an email to inquiries@do3.co.uk, and we'll have to sort you out as and when they come through. All right, so it's a good reminder. So thanks for that, John. Struggling to get the moonlight swim in May. Simon, let us know what the issues are with that. In terms of it's not letting you book, you're getting an error message. Just give us a bit more information on that, and we'll see what we can do for you and see if we can tidy that up for you. But as far as we know, could one of you guys check to see if we've got bookings for the moonlight swims? Yeah. Just if we can if other people are booking, then clearly it's more of an issue, probably an issue your end, Simon. But we'll just check that for you. What else have we got? So as always, you've got to come with a brightly coloured swim hat. So if you haven't got one, then we've got some available that you can buy on the day. You can buy them in advance on the just via the shop on the app as well. It's a brightly coloured swim hat. Means no silver because that reflects on the water. No white that reflects or look not very clear in the sunlight. And darker colours obviously aren't very visible. They need to be super bright so that we can see you for safety reasons. So make sure that you've got nice and bright coloured swim hats. So we've got some available for £6. They're green ones.
Simon Mills.
Simon, yeah?
Can't pay with a swim pass for the full moon swim. He needs to buy the full moon swim purchase option when he checks out.
Yes.
So
okay.
He hasn't bought that.
Okay, so the moonlight swim, Simon, if you're trying to pay the moonlight swim with a normal swim pass, it won't work. They are separate. They're a different price, aren't they?
Yes,
they're a different. Yeah, they're a different price than moonlight swims. So if you book into it, you should be able to check out, and actually, there should be a moonlight swim purchase option as you go through the checkout. That's the way you need to get into the moonlight swims. But everything else should be okay. Just in terms of swim passes, so there are a number of ways of buying swims. So you can buy big blocks, so 40 block, 20 block. 10 block. Now those blocks are not only for open water, but they also can be used for our swim squads. And what that means is if you are thinking about coming to swim squads, you can come to swim squad. You may already have swim squad passes. You can use those for open water. And similarly, if you buy a block for open water, you can actually use those if you want to come along and try the swim squad sessions and get involved with that as well. So those those blocks are interchangeable. There's also a 5 open water swim block. We do singles. Do we do single swims? Yeah, we do singles. Yeah. So I forgot about that. We do single swims as well. Obviously, the more swims you buy, the more expensive it can. The more swims you buy, generally the cheaper it gets. And what have we got there? It's coming through. Can you buy a swim for 2 people on one account? No, you can't. Again, if you're typing in comments, then just put your name at the end of it so we can see who you are as well, because it hasn't come through with names on there. You have to have an account each, and that's simply because we need to have all of your personal information, your emergency information. There's various disclaimers and all this kind of stuff you have to sign as well. So everyone needs an account. However, once you have accounts, once you've both, say there's 2 of you, you've both created an account, what you can do is you can share swims. So you could buy a swim block which you can share. So what you'd need to do in order for that to happen is to drop us an email, because we need to manually link you up behind the scenes. So if you get all the people involved to create an account, then one of you can buy the swim pass. There would be the main swim pass holder. Drop us an email to inquiries@do3.co.uk with the names of the account holders that you want us to connect, and then we can connect you so that you can share the swim passes. Okay, so it should be fairly straightforward. So hopefully that makes sense.
We've got bookings on the full moon swim, so it definitely works.
Yeah, so we've got bookings on the full moon swim, so that's the booking system is obviously working fine on that, so that's all good. Just a little bit about swimming. We get quite a few questions about children swimming. So first of all, children have got to swim in a wetsuit, and that's year round. That's for safety reasons. So the wetsuits generally give them a little bit more buoyancy, and they also must use a tow float. Okay, obviously for visibility and also for safety reasons too. It allows us to kind of easily spot those the people that have got tow floats out there, and they've got to be accompanied by an adult. If they're under 14, they have to have an adult swimming with them, and when we say with them, we mean kind of right next to them, so that they're looking after them. Are we not saying that?
So if between 10 and 12, they have to have an adult with them.
Yeah.
If they're 13 and above, past the competency swim, they might be required to swim with them, but they might be a very good swimmer and can go off on their own.
Okay. All right. So 10 to 12 with an adult, and if they're above 12 years old, so 13 and above, they'll be asked to do a competency swim. And if we deem them to be kind of able to swim unsupervised, a lot of these kids are obviously really good swimmers, so then that would be fine too. So hope that makes sense. What have we got?
If they're under 10, it's at our discretion, and they need to email in to contact us.
Yeah. Okay. So Jane's given me top information here, feeding me what I want, what I need to know. If they're under 10 years old, then it's a discretion. It's discretionary as to whether we let them swim, because obviously we have to be confident that people are going to be safe in the water. So there'll be a swim. What do we call it? A trial swim.
A
competency swim. I forgot the word there. Competency swim to make sure that they are competent, and we're happy that they're safe. So, provided they pass the competency swim, then that will be fine. But they will, at that age, they will still have to swim with an adult. So you'll also need a competent adult to swim with them. Otherwise, we'll have a competent child and
one-to-one adult, not one adult with 2 children.
Yeah. Okay. So, also sometimes we get an adult coming with 2 or 3 children, and then we get asked if that's okay, but you can't supervise more than 1 child in the water at any one time. So it is 1 child and 1 adult. So unfortunately, that's the way we have to keep it. Again, for safety reasons, we've got to make sure you guys are safe in the water, and we know exactly who's in there and who's looking after who. So hopefully that makes sense. Got some more comments coming through. Simon, where do I buy the full moon swim?
He sorted that out.
Sorted it. Okay, found it. Here we go. Yeah, I should read ahead. Okay. So hopefully you're okay then, Simon. Now, no other comments coming through, so that should be good. Again, just for you guys that have tuned in. Again, just so as you're aware, in terms of swim blocks, there are a number of swim blocks available. So there's a 40 swim block, a 20 swim block, a 10 swim block, a 5 swim block, and a 1 swim block. Now, the 40, the 20, and the 10s, they are kind of almost like multi-use swim blocks. They can be used for our swim squads as well at the pools. All right. So if you want to do a bit of pool swimming and open water swimming combined, then those are the blocks that you want to be looking at. We have a pure open water swim block of 5, and you can buy singles as well, but it can be more expensive if you buy singles. So try and buy a block if you can. The 10 swim blocks.
Yeah. Because there's a few people who bought 10 swim blocks, but they're ready for squad, aren't they?
Yeah. So the swim blocks, just to kind of highlight, the 10 swim blocks. If you buy a 10 swim block, it's actually more expensive than it is to buy a 5 swim block, because the 10 swim blocks are they're originally intended purely for the squads only. So if you're going to swim at both, if you're just going to swim open water, then try and go for, or just work out how many swims you're going to get for your money effectively. So the 40 swim block is £8 a swim, as is the 5 swim block. So
because the squad swims are more expensive.
Yeah. John sorted my problem. Good. What was your problem? Open water 5 swims got an error. Okay, good. Oh, thanks, John. John, if you let us know, did you just try another card? Because it's always good to know how people manage to sort these things out. So just let us know how you managed to figure that out if you did. What else have we got? I'll start running through these things again in a second because obviously there's people kind of joining us all the time. Again, if you've got any questions or any issues, just type it in the comments box and it will come through. If there's any questions just generally about how the whole setup works, then fire those through as well, and we'd be glad to answer those for you. Tried another card, and it works straight away. That's good, John. Thanks very much, John Evan. Sorry, shortening your name there, John Evan. So good. Thanks for letting us know. What else have we got on here? I think it's all running quite smoothly, isn't it? So far.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, we are after the. I don't know. It seems like it's been a long winter, so I for one am absolutely really looking forward to getting down there and getting back out in the. I don't know. It's quite calm at Compton, Verney, isn't it? It's been a while since I've been there. It's absolutely, obviously, for some of you who may not have been, it's an absolutely beautiful venue. It's an absolute pleasure just to be there, even if you're not swimming. Absolutely beautiful. So what else have we got? Anything else happening? No, it's all good.
No, bookings are coming in for everything, so everything seems to be working.
Good. Okay.
Bookings for the introduction courses. Don't know if you want to mention those newbies.
Yeah, okay, so we are running, we started these last year actually, was the Introduction to Open Water Swimming courses. So the idea of those really is for people who are obviously new to open water, but just want, it can be quite difficult, you can feel quite nervous or anxious, and it might sometimes be a barrier to people actually getting into the lake because they feel that way. So we run the Introduction to Open Water courses so with a qualified open water coach, so that you get taken through a kind of a process to get you in the water. So we talk about the safety, you talk about your breathing, and then you're taken away from the rest of the kind of the main swimmers. So you get in somewhere else so that you can take your time getting in. They do some just slowly getting into the water and breathing and just floating on your back. and then we do some short swims and that kind of thing. So they're really nice. Again, if you're a bit nervous about getting into the open water, I can remember when I first started swimming, feeling really anxious about getting swimming in the open water, because it's not a natural environment for us to be in. So that's absolutely natural for you to feel that way. But that's the introduction to open water swimming courses, and they were super popular. They all sold out last year. So again, make sure that you get those booked in. Just want to think about it as well. If you're booking, the best thing to do in terms of booking swims ahead to make sure that you don't miss out, the best thing to do is to book in as many as you think that you're going to attend, because you can always book it out again. Okay, so you can book in. I think you can basically, if you change the dates on the calendar, you can effectively book the whole season worth of open water swims. So if you think you're going to go every Wednesday for the whole season, then book into those, and then provided you book out no later than 12 hours before the session starts, then you don't lose the swim. That's the best way to do it, and a lot of people do it that way. So book in advance, but book out, say, the day before if you realise you can't move it. And related to that, if you can't get into a session because it's full and there's a waiting list, then go on the waiting list, because there's always a lot of movement the day before. Because there's always people booking in and out the day before, so there's always a lot of movement. So chances are you will get in, but you've got to be on that waiting list to get in. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. What else have we got? A few more bits and bobs coming through. Try another card. I keep getting an error message when I try to buy swims. Yeah, again, your name hasn't come through, so I'm not sure who you are. But either way, we do have an issue. I tried to explain about it earlier. We do have an issue at the moment with our booking system, and this is a national thing in relation to the banks and the 3D secure system. So if you're having problems with bookings, the best thing to do is try another card. I'm not sure all the banks are using 3D secure in quite the same way at the moment. So maybe try another card from a different bank. If you have that, try that. If that doesn't work, then there are alternative methods. We can, if needs be, we don't want to give bank details out over here, but if needs be, drop us an email and we can speak to you about potentially paying by backs or some other way. So drop us an email to inquiries@do3.co.uk. And when Sarah Jane gets 5 seconds, we'll try and sort those out for you. But yeah, it's to do with the banking system. It's going to be something which we're looking at trying to figure it out with the booking people. Our booking platform is American, and they're trying to sort that out over there at the moment. So we are aware that's an issue. So apologies for that. Paul, all booked up. Time for bed and into the ocean in Manly.
Yeah, he's in Australia.
Oh, you're in Australia, Paul.
He was having to stay up until 11 o'clock.
Oh, well done for staying up, Paul. Well done. You can go to bed now. You can go to bed. Yes. Yeah. So this year we have Midlands wetsuit hire.
Just Midlands wetsuit.
Yes, I keep on saying that, don't I? Is it West Midlands or just Midlands?
West Midlands.
West Midlands wetsuit hire are coming along to. Well, we're hoping they're going to come to all of them, but we'll see. They're going to come to as many sessions as they can, and we're going to publicise which sessions they're going to come to, and they are, unsurprisingly, offering wetsuit hire. But they also do sales as well. So sales of wetsuits, and they're also going to have some bits and bobs in terms of kind of energy gels and other bits and bobs that you guys might be interested in for your open water. So we didn't have that last year. We were getting asked all the time about wetsuits. So those guys will be on hand for you to try some suits on, buy a suit if you wish, or you can hire them for the session. I think you can hire them for the week, the month, the year, or the season. So that's going to be really good to have those guys there. So West Midlands wetsuit hire. Yes, that'd be good. We'll also have the cakes there, of course. The infamous cakes. The cake lady, aka my wife. She hates being called the cake lady. I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure if she loves it or hates it. But anyway, so she's going to be there. She's already planning cakes, and she was busily looking at different cake ideas yesterday in a new book. So No idea what's going to turn up, but I'm sure it'll be the old favourites from last season, and then a few new additions. So cakes will be there too, which is, I think it's probably a lot of people just go there for the cakes. In reality, a quick splash and then get some cakes. Okay, again, if you've got any questions, then pop up on the screen and we'll sort those out for you. But I think we'll give it another few more minutes, and then we'll let's give it until past. So we've done half an hour, but I think everything seems to be going through smoothly as far as I can see. There's no other issues there. We will, prior to the season starting, we will put some information out about where to go, where to park, getting changed, and all that kind of thing. So we will provide you with the information about how the whole process works if you haven't been before. But I'll cover that now anyway. But so parking is at Compton Verney main car park. So there's plenty of parking spaces there. We will put there's very often some signs and things out asking you guys not to park in certain car parks, because we try and save some for the public that come in a little bit later. So follow the signs and park up. There will also be open water signs to where you kind of get in and in and out the lake and to check in, that kind of thing. So follow the signs for that. There are, say, limited changing facilities. There aren't really changing facilities, not official ones anyway. But there's lots of kind of nooks and crannies in the trees for you to get changed in. Many people will come with their wetsuits on. Some people will have dry robes and they'll get changed inside dry robes or changing robes, which is another thing we can talk about in a minute. We offer changing robes for sale, which are huge coats if you haven't seen them, where you can zip it up and you can get inside it. You can get changed inside of those. So we offer those. So yeah, that's the changing facilities. Sometimes the stretch tent is out. I'm not sure if it's going to be there this year, but the stretch tent is a big kind of covered canopy. Sometimes that's around for us to use. Sometimes it's not. That's for Compton Verney to decide where they put that. But it wasn't a problem. We've done a season and a half now. Even when it kind of rains a bit, there's lots of trees to shelter under, and we'll normally scurry out and cover up people's kit if it starts to rain and things. Don't take any valuables there, because it is all just kind of left at the side of the lake there. We are there, but of course we can't supervise the things that you leave. So try not to take any valuables if you can help it. So you when you first arrive, you check in. We just make sure that you're booked in, because it's really important for us to make sure that everyone is accounted for obvious reasons. Get yourselves ready, and then we'll call you forward and give you a briefing and tell you about the lake and the temperature, and if there's any things to look out for, wildlife, that kind of thing. And then we'll start feeding you into the water. And all slots are for an hour. And we will. Some people are worried about how they'll know if the time is up, but effectively the kayaks will notify you if it's time to kind of finish your lap, and won't let you start a new lap if it's getting towards the end of the time. You can swim 2 swims actually, so if you want to swim 2 swims, you can book 2 sessions back to back, and try and notify us if you do that, because sometimes it's helpful if we know who's actually going to be staying in for 2. Otherwise, you might get fished out halfway through your swim. So you do your swim. There's lots of safety on the water. So there's 2 or 3 kayaks. There's spotters. There's a lifeguard. So there's lots and lots of safety kind of people on the water. Obviously when you've finished your swim, climb out, get yourselves ready, and we've got there's tea and coffee and cakes and hot chocolate and all that kind of stuff there waiting for you. And then obviously make your way home after that. So. But again, if you've got any questions, then send them through. I think we're done, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah? We've got no more questions coming through, so I think we must have...
I've had some on the inbox, on the inquiries inbox, so if you can just let people know that I'll work through those and get back to them. Okay,
so, so Jane says she's receiving... they probably heard that, in fairness, so got emails coming through. So again, if you've got any questions, then Sarah Jane will get to those. If you drop an email into inquiries@do3.co.uk, they'll get hoovered up as and when Sarah Jane gets chance. She's busily tapping away on the keyboard now. We'll work through those for the rest of the day and obviously into the future. So I think that's it. Is there anything from anybody else? No? Okay, well, thanks for watching. We look forward to seeing you at the lake. Not all that long. How long is it? 8 weeks. 8 weeks' time. It's not long, is it? Okay. All right. You take care. Speak soon. Bye-bye.